Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's new car day. It's new car day, I say, but I've owned it for 8 months. So does that class it as a new car? I don't know. But it's going to be the first time I'm laying eyes on it, so I guess it can be new in that respect. Now, new car, what car am I talking about? It's the MX-5. You've already seen the thumbnail. The MX-5, the NC3 to be more specific. And boy, oh boy, I love these cars. Now, they're not packed with technology and all of that, but these cars are good for B-roads. And I guess it's one of those, if you know, you know. A lot of people overlook them because they don't have quite a lot of power, like every car these days. But if you've owned one, I say don't judge them until you've actually driven one. Then you can speak. Now, granted, even after I drove the first one, I want more power, which is probably what I'm going to feel with this car, but that's not what it's for. It's for those B roads, the manual gear action. It's, I don't want to get into it. I do want to talk about a little bit of history with me and these cars and how I got into them in the first place, because this is not the first one I've owned. So let's get into it.
So let's talk about how I got into them. Now, brief history. The MX-5, British sports car, even though it's Japanese made, but most people say, oh, it's a British sports car, or maybe the poor man's sports car. But it is exactly what you need, especially in a country with speed restrictions as we do, and I guess the potholes. You can't really do that much speed. Get an MX-5 on a B road, you are having fun for days. Go in the C63, you will have a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. But you would do that at great speed, and you get it wrong, that car will punish you because it's got so much power. The MX-5, smile for days. Now, a friend of mine told me about the ND he had, which is the 5th generation MX-5, which he had in red with tan interior. He says it was great. Took it for a test drive, and he went back smiling and saying, take my money, I want one of them, which is how he got it. And the only reason why he sold it was because, they had a kid, 2-seater, the score. But he's always wanted one back since, so he was like, oh, if he could, he would. So I thought, why don't I have a look? And, if I get one, I could experience it, and I could also share it with him. Now, the NDs, they look gorgeous in retrospect, but at the time, I only had eyes for the NCs. Now, for some reason, they're the most hated because they were the heaviest at the time, and they would call them the boats, and so on and so forth. I don't get it. Maybe for the NC1s, but the NC3, come on, guys. Now, for those, obviously, so most cars you only have one facelift, but the MX-5, at least for the NC, actually had the ND as well. They had 2 facelifts because they make them they are in production for so long that they rejuvenate them, give them a spruce up, which in my opinion was very much needed. The NC1 did not look great. I wouldn't have that car. If that was the only one they made, then I get your point. The NC2 is a good improvement. They changed the headlights, the front end and the rear lights, and some interior bits, which were needed. But the NC3, again, the front, I think it's the front and the bumper, just the diffuser on the bumper, that was changed. And yeah, I think they finally got it on the 3rd iteration. And that's what I'd want. So the first car I got was an NC3, it was the Sports Venture. Now, Mazda are very, they love a good special edition, like limited run numbers, but again, some people argue it's not really that special because it has the same spec as others. Maybe the color might be different, and boy, do they make good, put some good colors on those cars. Talking about the Sport Graphite, that car's got a very, very nice blue. It comes with 2 other colors, some kind of like copper red, and I think it's a gray. Not really a fan of those, but that blue, oh, crazy. They also have the Sport Black, which came in Velocity Red. There's like a Viper Green and a white. The Viper Green and the Velocity Red, absolutely great colors. Again, I would have those. Those are also in limited numbers, 500 for the Sport Black, 500 for the Sport Graphite. The Sport Venture, the Cura, I can't remember the numbers, all great cars. Now, if you got the 25th anniversary, now for the 25th anniversary, just like the Golfs, for the NCs, they had the 20th and the 25th anniversaries. Now the 25th anniversary, the red on that thing, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like, the downside is if you scratch it, it's hard to like color match that. You probably have to do a full respray or something, but that's a problem for later, or at least actually it's a problem for me. If I get one of these cars, it probably will be damaged and I'll have to fix that. Anyway, that's a problem for future me. So anyway, the color on that thing, gorgeous. It comes with like a limited slip differential, Bilstein shocks, I think forged internals, I think. Don't quote me on it, but it just looks gorgeous. So anyway, I was gonna have a look at these, and I just thought, you know, lowest point of entry, I'll get an NC3, which is what I want, and Sport Venture was just there in front of me. I didn't even know the difference in engines or anything. So I got this car, won it for about 2,300, didn't know what I was doing. I had rear end damage, but it looked to me like the rear end damage was just on the bumper, which didn't come with the car. Thankfully, the rear lights, even though they weren't shown on the pictures or in the ad, were in the boot, so that saved me a huge chunk of money. So got the replacement bumper in black from a car that was broken up, and I got the boot lid, which had a dent on it. Got that from the same car in black, put them on the car, job's done. Actually, no, job wasn't done. The exhaust, you know, is because it has dual pipes, left and right. The one on the left side had been kinked inwards. Now, obviously, you could possibly bend it back, but I had someone on the MX-5 owners group who had upgraded his rear exhaust, give me one of those for free. So I went and picked it up, swapped it out. Job's a good one. So took the car for MOT and it was good. I instantly got it. I remember thinking the first time I got it up to some speed, I thought, I am not taking this car on the motorway, because the front and the rear wheels are so close together. Because obviously it's I don't know how to explain it, but they're close together, so it feels like a go-kart. And all I could think was, oh my God, it's so responsive. Like, if I'm doing 70 miles an hour and I just sneeze and touch the steering wheel, I'm just gonna fly up the road, is what I thought. So I thought, oh my God, this is crazy. But obviously on the B road, it's so engaging. Anyway, so get this car, get it all fixed, tried it out, it was great, but I instantly needed more power. Not a lot. The 2 liter was what everyone says was the better option, which I didn't know about. So started looking and I found one. I found the Sport Black in Velocity Red. Now this car had, it had the 2 liter engine, 6-speed gearbox, and it looked abandoned. It had been sun bleached. It just looked abandoned. The ad also said doesn't run and doesn't drive, so you could factor in the fact that it needs a gearbox, it needs an engine. So I thought, you know what, top end budget is going to be £1,500. That was what I was going to go for. Auction starts, blows past my my budget very, very quickly, which was sad, but obviously I didn't really want to increase it just in case I had to replace the engine. I'd never done that before. And then my wife said, no, let's not let them get it, because I gave her the brief on, you know, these cars being numbered. They're only 500, or one of 3 colors. So she gets in a bidding war with this person and eventually wins the car for about £3,050. And I thought, what have you done? We have no money for an engine now. But that's what we had to do. So got the car delivered, and to actually get it back on the road, first thing is it needed a front end respray to get all that sun bleach off. But with regards to the engine, surprise, surprise, what they'd done was they they had replaced the key, because I think the car was parked for about 2 years. It was literally serviced and parked for like about 2 years. So what they'd done is they couldn't find the keys, I think. So they got another key made, didn't code it to the car, tried to start it. Obviously it all lit up, but it wouldn't start. It unlocked the steering wheel, but it wouldn't start. And so they sent it to auction. But they also had another key. They could have just put the battery in the old key. I don't know. Obviously you don't get the details of what happened and stuff. But all I did was I put the battery from the new key into the old key, popped in the ignition, car starts. So I don't need a new engine. So her gamble was pretty spot on. So that's what I did. Sold the black car, and I was happy. I liked the increased power. The 6-speed is really great. Now these need to be warmed up. That's the downside. When they're cold, going from first gear to second, very, very notchy. When it gets cold, it's all right. You don't have that issue with the 5-speed. So again, that's just a little bit annoying for me, but I feel like all good cars have a quirk. So I was happy with it. Just warm it up a little bit and then go have some fun. But shortly after I got that car, I think about maybe a month, 2 months in, one of my dream cars came up, the SLK 55, which you now know I have. So I think on the daily, my wife then said, so when are you going to get rid of the red car? And just on repeat like that, because yeah, 2 convertibles, not really great. So got rid of it, and ever since I did that, I think about a year, I regretted it, and I've been looking since. So I thought the only 2 I'm going to look out for are the Sport Graphite and the 25th anniversary. And well, you know what we're going to be talking about today. So let's go view this car. Here, and this is what all that trouble that's early start in the day is all about. It's right here. Here is the car in question. I mean, you've already seen it, but this is my first time setting eyes on it, ever. And look at that, it's from Eastbourne. That would have been easier for me to pick up. But yeah, it's very dusty. I hope I can give it a clean, but that is what we're here for. Oh, I need to have a look at this damage. Oh, that does not look good. But yeah, all of that's going to come off, and we need to replace these hinges because that can't go down. So but anyway, we need to do some car switcheroo and then get straight to it. What I need to do is replace that bumper, which thankfully is still attached over here. The fender liner is wrinkled a little bit in there, but still alright. This can be transferred to the new bumper. I've got this grille in here. This is going to be retained. Thankfully it's in good nick, because I need that number plate if I'm going to drive it back. The under tray does look a little bit broken down here, but for the most part I can see the tags are still there, so I can still attach it to the new bumper. And then this light, which is unique to the 25th anniversary and the Sport Graphite. Thankfully I was able to find one of these on eBay, just this side. I think it had a broken tag maybe, but for the most part it looks really good. So I'll be sticking that on because of this. Now naturally I should just be able to replace the lens, but I couldn't find the lens, and I had the option of that, so I bought it. If I can, I'll replace the lens and sell it off, so it's not really a loss to me. Now let's check the inside. Oh boy, I was not looking forward to this. Like, who lives in a car like this? Like, at some point you think, oh, I ought to clean that up. It's just, I don't know, like, what could be in the mind of a person that leaves a car in this state? And because of this, like, like I said, I've had this car for 8 months, and there was quite a lot of mold, because when this car was delivered, which you'd see in the video, this window was down, the driver's side window. So I believe, and it was raining on the day, so there would have been a lot of moisture in the car, and that mixed with that nonsense, yeah, results in a bad day. But you know what? My nephew did a good job cleaning most of it. I've brought some cleaning products which I will be using today to get it in better condition, because I don't want to be sat in here with my son driving all the way back home. But yeah, let's focus on, well, set the camera up and I can start replacing things so we can get this car on the road. So what I need to do is, so I've taken some of these clips off this fender liner, and I need access to, I think there are 2 bolts just in this camera up here. You can just about see them. Oops, what am I showing you? There we go. You can see the bolts. It's just there, there's one of them, and there's another one somewhere in there. So I'm just going to take those out, and then I'll do the other side and then take this bumper off. Alright, next I need to take these bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them off, and then do the same on the other side. And then take the 2 bolts on this side, and then underneath the car. I don't believe there's anything holding the bumper, but I'll have a look. There should be if it wasn't damaged. But yeah, I'll take those off, and then the bumper should come off. Let's get to it. Now that the bumper is off, in closer inspection I can see that this crash bar is dented in on the passenger side. You can see it's meant to be somewhat straight, but here it's kind of caved in. So I'm either going to knock it out, because one, it's in the color of the car already, or I'm just going to get another one. These are not too expensive, so it's not going to break the bank if I have to do that. But this was not something I had seen. Don't know what this is. I guess it's the well, it helps the flow of air to the rads, which are just in there. So I'm gonna have to get another one of those because I don't have one. But will that affect the drive? Oh, that's dented back as well in here. Oh, all right. I might have to pull some things out, like pull this out if I can, because all this bracket here, which is holding on to this, I don't know what it is. Well, it's pushed backwards because of the accident, so I need to pull that all out so it's level with the driver's side. I need both my hands, so I will put you down and try that first. No, I didn't do any work with that because I realized I just needed the car to be good enough to drive back home. And the reason why we're doing all of this is the MOT runs out next month, and I don't want the car to be stuck here, because obviously I have my tools at home and not here. As you can see, I brought some things, but just enough to actually get the car on the road to drive it back home. So I just focused on getting all the broken bits off the broken bumper and then fitting them onto the replacement bumper, which isn't perfect. You can see that it's got some repairs done on it. Again, much better than the one that was on the car. So I transferred everything on and then moved on to the hinges. To which point I then realized, wait a second, the headlight's broken, the brackets are broken, and oh no. So I kind of got straight into it and I started fixing it. I forgot to move the camera, but you can just about see what I'm doing there. I took off the broken one and put the replacement one. Thank goodness I got that, because that just saved me. Not that I really needed it to be completely perfect for the journey, but I'm glad I had it anyway. So I'm just about to get into cleaning the inside of the car, but I thought I'd just empty the boot just so I can start putting all my tools that can fit in the car. And you know how I showed you the inside of the car and I said how nasty it was? Remember that Volvo I had? That's got nothing on this. This person, Lord have mercy. I'll just flip it round. Hope you're not eating any food. Now maybe, like, how can the bottom of a boot look like that? This is like, look how dirty this is. Like, I'm scraping it and I still don't see. It's like he just he just shoveled like earth and put it in his boot. And I really cannot understand the mind of a person that owns or keeps a car like this. So the before and after of the clean of this car is going to be amazing. So I just thought I'd show you this. Get back into cleaning the car. I've just taken the roof off. My son has cleaned out as best he can this little bit. Again, it's just going to be for our journey back home. And then I'm going to put some leather cleaner on the seats just so I don't get any of this person's, I don't know, rubbish on my skin. And then we'll get out of here. The car is started now. I didn't show you when I put the battery in, but it runs nice. For this drive home, I'm just going to leave the bonnet poppers just on the side there because I don't want to replace them because I haven't replaced the airbag module yet. So, you know, I don't want it to just pop everything because those are not cheap. I'll get to cleaning now and then we need to get on the road at some point because I need to get home. It's about 3.5 hour drive and I just couldn't wait to get it over and done with. I was tired, you can see it in my eyes there. But yeah, home couldn't come any sooner. Obviously by this you realize that we are on our way back home, and to be fair, she drives alright. Some people will give me some funny looks whilst driving the car back, but it looks alright. Oh, something weird just happened. Let me get in the car because I feel weird talking outside a very dirty looking car. And no, I couldn't get this cleaned first. So obviously this car's been sit for 8 months untaxed, sawn off the road, and so just before I left off, I taxed it. I taxed it and insured it, but obviously it doesn't come off. I mean, when you look on apps like Vehicle Smart and the others, it still shows up as sawn and it doesn't have insurance. So anyway, we're on the motorway and all of a sudden I hear some police cars or sirens, and then it comes up behind me in the fast lane, comes onto my lane with the lights still flashing, and then the lights go out and then he slows down until I don't see him anymore. And then I see another one coming on the other side looking at our car, and that was it. So I'm getting worried, thinking, are they going to pull me over? What have I done? Have I not done it? And I didn't, did a mental check, and I was like, no. We have MOT, tax, and insurance. And sure enough, after they were behind us for just a little bit, they just faded away and turned off somewhere else. So I think what's happened is the original pinged us as not having properly tax or insurance. But when they got behind us, they looked on their cameras, the AMPN cameras, and they've seen that we actually do have it. So that's probably why they backed off. That's just what I think. Anyway, the car drives all right. I don't want to push it, but it's doing 70 fine. And obviously the work we've done today is just to make sure it can get back home, and then the real work would start, like the passenger door. I have a spare door which will need to be painted. The front bumper I put on today will need to be painted as well. And what else? Oh yeah, I need to buy some miscellaneous bits that I found, like the crash bar in front is kind of bent. So I'll take it to a body shop and I'll see if they can help me bend it, or I'll see if I can bend it back. If not, obviously, if it doesn't make sense to bend it back, I can buy one. They're not very expensive. So and I guess the radiator surround, or like a plastic thing that channels air into the radiator section, I'll buy one of those as well. Maybe the under tray, because it had a crack somewhere. I'll have a look. But today's task is kind of complete, or half complete. The car is on the road and it's driving fine. The last part of the task, or should I say quest, is to get it home. So we'll do that. I'll at least end this video on that if we do get home. Otherwise, you'll see the next clip will probably show what happened. We are home, and she made it. As you can see, it's in the company of, you may not be able to see that, but we're home. I am tired. It's been a day of just fixing, well, prepping for this, or getting out early, replacing all the broken bits on this, maybe not all of it, but at least those, making it ready enough to drive, and then driving it all the way down here. Who says driving ain't tiring? But it's here now. That's the number one step out of the way. I wanted to get it home, and then we can start actually getting this back together. Like this door, which you see here, obviously it's damaged on the other side, so I need to take all of this trim off and replace it with the door I have inside. I'm going to be keeping that mirror because it's got the grey, well, same as the roof. The replacement I have is just black, so obviously that won't do. So I'll be taking that off. There's a cracked trim on there on the end of it. The black trim just there is cracked. So I'll take that off the spare, or I mean its replacement, and make that as good as new. It's a shame that I have to replace this door because I like to keep things original. I like the fact that this has got the original paint, but I'll get them to repaint the whole thing. So I'll strip that door, take it to paint, and then I would fit all of this trim back. But again, this will be coming up much later. I need to find the right people to do it because I'm not too sure if this paint is easy to match or not, but well, that's the task, and they've got to get it done right. I need to get this car cleaned. I'm relaxing in it because I've been sat in it for like the last 3 hours, or over 3 hours, so I guess I'm kind of at one with it. I need to have a good old bath when I get upstairs. But yeah, it's home, and it drove really well. I may have said that more than once already, but it really did, and I'm quite impressed. So yeah, I am looking forward to fixing the car first, and then I might actually think about some suspension upgrades, because even though the engine's not powerful, I'm not too fussed. I like the drivetrain. I like the power delivery of this, especially on B roads, but that suspension is just too relaxed for me. So it's got to go. I've got to do one or two things. Let me know what you guys think, what you've done to yours. But I like to probably do like H&R springs on this, and just keep the stock suspension, or maybe coilovers. I know there's some, I don't know if they're called R something, like, yeah, I can't remember what they're called. But Meister R's, I think they're called. I know they're very expensive, so maybe the H&R springs are probably my first choice. We'll see. I mean, that's going to be much later after this car is actually fixed properly and back on the road. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions on what I could actually do to this thing, because I like to make it drive better on the road. And yeah, oh, just in case I didn't mention, this has got the 5-speed and it's the 1.8 litre engine, so yeah, it's not the one that's powerful, but I still do like it. It's great. It's great. Thanks for watching, guys. Stick around for the next one, and if you are not subscribed, do me a favour and subscribe, lads. See you in the next one.